Plans for the summer are already underway for serious teams like Arsenal who want to win the Premier League trophy and again win it and look forward to winning the Champions League next season. And Mikel Arteta has lined up 4 new summer signings when it reaches the summer transfer window, and 2 of those have been revealed to us and more are yet to be speculated, and we'll be bringing you more here. And that story has been reported to us by the Daily Mail, and that's why I'm here to bring you this story. Rokani Media Football is the YouTube channel. Rokani David is my name. We're going to talk about how Saliba ashamed Arsenal players who never saw him as a Premier League player, but they saw him as a League One player. Imagine, a League One player, not even a Championship player. They saw him as a player who is not eligible to play at a club of Arsenal. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner, that's the place to be. And don't forget to continue subscribing to this channel. Now, again, Odegaard has some things to say about their season and their match day today. So I'm going to be here breaking it down wholly for you. So let's see close to 200 likes on this video. Smash the like button and comment and let me know what your thoughts are. Now, as the summer is really coming close, like 2-3 months too, elite teams have already done their ground check or their background check on which players they are going to sign. They've identified which players they are not having in which positions, and they are going all after for them. One of those teams that is really going in for that, it's Arsenal, and Daily Mail has told us that Mikel Arteta wants 4 new players in the summer. 80 million pound Declan Rice, his top target, and another midfielder, left back and winger on his shopping list. So the players Mikel Arteta wants are 2 midfielders. One should be a defensive midfielder. The other one should be a box-to-box midfielder. You get? He needs a left back and a winger. That's it. And I'm so much shocked that there is no striker amongst all his talk. Maybe he's so much okay with Nketiah and Gabriel Jesus. You get? And maybe the coming in of Trossard playing as a number 9 is one of those things that has gone ahead to really downplay and say, all right, let's not focus so much on a striker, but we should get in a midfielder. They're hinting about Declan Rice. There is a box-to-box midfielder. For that, you look at Tielemans, Caicedo, because he can do that role very well. A left back. Does that confirm that Kroenke Edu is leaving the club of Arsenal? Because Newcastle has shown good interest in this player that they want to sign him. West Ham also is interested in the player. Juventus, Inter Milan. So let's start off with the right winger. I think the winger is going to be playing on the right because they're having lots of players. They play onto the left attacking side of the midfield. The right attacking side of the midfield is one that's been lacking quality. That's why Bukayo Saka has always been fronted to play into those positions game in, game out. That is Bukayo Saka for you. Now, I think Arsenal is going to go in for a right winger, left-footed. That's it. And who are those that they might go in for? Top target, Marco Asensio. That is known very well. He's going to be a free agent in the summer, and we don't know what's going to happen there. The other one is Pedro Neto. Arsenal are admirers of Pedro Neto, but Pedro Neto being an injury-prone player, and ever since the start of this season, he played like 3-4 games and he got an injury. He has not yet returned till now, meaning that he's an injury-prone player. Wolves wanted £50 million, and Arsenal never felt like the valuation was really realistic. The other player, Moussa Dembele. Moussa Dembele is a left-footed winger, but at his club, he plays so much as a left winger. But Mikel Arteta can really change him into a player that plays as Bukayo Saka. Gerard Bowen is one of those that was into the mix. Harvey Barnes is not a right winger. Zegrova, another one. Leroy Sen. Now, among all the names I've gone ahead to mention, we can easily get our sieve and get the residues and get the finished article. I don't see him going in for a player who is really not tested. as far as the Champions League is concerned, because that's the main issue for Mikel Arteta. He wants to go hard in the Champions League, as he has gone hard in the Premier League. He wants to compete and win the Premier League and the Champions League next season. That's going to be his main aim. So he's going to go in for players that are really proven. When we look at Declan Rice, he has not going to play. He has not going to hate to play in the Champions League, but when you look at his national team, he plays very well in that midfield area, and he's one of those midfielders that are really having good stats. That if at all you put them on the table, he arguably comes into the top 5 midfielders in the Premier League. That is the CDMs. We look at Caicedo, his results, stats are really way up there that he can play for any team in the top 6. So I believe Mikel Arteta is going to go in for players who can play in every top 6, in any of the top 6 teams in the Premier League. That is Manchester United, Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur. Maybe Newcastle is a late arrival, but you never know also. It might be part of that. So I think Mikel Arteta is going in for players whom he knows that can come out and compete at that level. Now, Yuri Tielemans, let me narrow down the list. To me, Tielemans, he ticks all the boxes that Mikel Arteta wants. Caicedo ticks all the boxes. Declan Rice ticks all the boxes. Marco Asensio ticks all the boxes as a right winger. Leroy Sane ticks all the boxes as a right winger. For the left back, I'm really skeptical about that, because I don't see them going for left back with the way Tavares is playing at Marseille. He's really a prospect field player that can come in and really do the needful. But I'm so much shocked about the Daily Mail not talking about the striker situation, because I believe they need another striker to come in and do the needful in that position of the striking role. Who is better than Eddie Nketiah? But maybe Mikel Arteta believes that if at all he brings in more enforcement in the midfield and creativity is going to increase at Arsenal, then maybe Eddie Nketiah will be getting chances to score. Maybe he's thinking that way, and it might also work out like a charm. Another hindrance about, as I told you at the start of the video, it's all about Leandro Trossard, because Trossard can also play as a false number 9, and I think it has played into the interest of Mikel Arteta and Edu that they no longer need a centre forward, because they're now having 3 who can lead the line. So we are waiting to see how that is going to unfold. Then the Daily Mail concluded. The Daily Mail added on and said Arsenal would like to break their transfer record if they were to sign Rice. It has been reported that Arsenal could also renew their interest in Brighton midfielder Moise Caicedo. And this story, I first saw Fabrizio Romano talk about it, that Arsenal might show interest again in Moise Caicedo. So, if we are talking about 2 midfielders, can Arsenal spend £150 million on 2 midfielders? Because for Declan Rice, he can go for £80 million, Caicedo 60 or 70. So, in Declan Rice, you get only a CDM. In Caicedo, you get a CDM, a box-to-box midfielder, and a central attack midfielder. He plays literally on all 3 positions of the midfield, that is centrally. Tielemans, you can get a box-to-box midfielder and a CDM. Sorry, a box-to-box midfielder and a cam. That is Tielemans for you, and is going to be available for free. So, will Arsenal go in for Declan Rice, £80 million, and get Yuri Tielemans on the free? That is another one to talk about, because it really looks a tricky decision to make. But I think Mikel Arteta knows his decisions. With what he did in the summer, bringing in 2 experienced players, that is Jorginho and Trossard, and it has worked well for him. I think he makes the best decisions now. Let's leave it for him to see what decisions he's going to go ahead and really make as far as these players he's eyeing at Arsenal are concerned. Now, after that, let's talk about this story that I've found so much interesting to me, that never in life go all out and underestimate a player. There are players at Arsenal that underestimated William Saliba in the first season, in the first pre-season Mikel Arteta conducted. Remember, Mikel Arteta came in at Arsenal I think, towards the end of the year 2019. So he coached the remaining part of the season, and then the first preseason was held in 2002. In 2020, that means his first full season as an Arsenal manager was 2020 to 2021. That is Mikel Arteta for you. Now, ESPN sources have told us the following, that those that saw him in the preseason said the following. Multiple players, none of whom are still at the club now, were said to have described Saliba somewhat dismissively as a League One level player, the third tier of English football. That is, James Ollie is a senior football reporter at ESPN. And I think if those players were midfielders or strikers, I would have found myself bothered. Those players that underestimated the potential of William Saliba are supposed to be defenders. And who are those defenders that Arsenal no longer has? Was it David Luiz? Was it Kolasinac? Was it Hector Bellerin? Which other central defender was at Arsenal by then? I can't really recall, but Arsenal had some defenders there that were not all that world class. So, as it stands, they underestimated this young lad. But Mikel Arteta, who saw the talent of the player, he knew that he was lacking one thing, and that was playing time and playing without pressure. What they did, they loaned him back. Was it Lille? I think he played his second spell at Arsenal, at Lille. Then his second spell, he spent it at Marseille. That is the season of 2022, and that's when he erupted and he played very, very well and led Marseille to the Champions League. So, in that spell at Marseille of 2021-2022, he got himself his international debut even. They called him up, that is Deschamps, and ever since then the rest was history. And that confirms to you that the saying that no one is tall enough to see the future is true. People underestimated the value or the talent of William Saliba. Right now, as we talk, William Saliba is one of the best central defenders in the world in his age. 21, 22 years of age, playing like that, he reminds me of prime Rio Ferdinand, and he still has a high ceiling. So, his trajectory is increasing day in, day out, and all those that sat him down and felt he was a third-tier player, or League One player, not even a championship player, imagine, are out of Arsenal, and the man is thriving and is going to earn the amount of money that none of those ever really pocketed weekly as a wage at Arsenal. That's why God is really amazing. You know, God is full of surprises. So, that is William Saliba for you, and that was his situation at Arsenal, being undervalued, being underestimated, and obviously, he broke through and he's the talk about town, meaning that the words that people say about you mean nothing. Your actions after what people have said about you are the ones that really matter a lot. So, their words are nowhere near stopping you. It's you who stop yourself. You allow them to eat you up, you become the victim, and the other one will become the hero. That's it. You'll always become a villain if at all you don't fight hard for those words not to be into practice or action. Then today, Arsenal is playing Everton. Guess what Martin Odegaard has said is the captain of Arsenal said they played really well against us in that game, defended very deep, and when they attacked our box, they put crosses in as soon as possible. They are a very direct team, so we have to expect a lot of the same things tonight. So, Odegaard is telling us about what they expect from this game of football, but I think Everton, away from home, I think they're really going to be having a very hard journey. Arsenal looks like they don't want to mess up around. They had a chance to go some good points ahead of City. They messed up, and now here they come to a level of facing Everton, and they couldn't or they can't allow to drop tools again. I brought you a story of Tomiyasu yesterday, revealing to us what Mikel Arteta told them, that the reason that's why they lost that game, Everton ran a lot more than them, and they're supposed to be running more than Everton. So they are going in with all the energy, and let's wait and see what happens. Remember, if Arsenal wins today, they are going to be 5 points ahead of City, and obviously City is playing in Newcastle over the weekend, and they would have leveled games 25-25. But in the FA Cup, Manchester United is really going to play West Ham, and I don't think I'll come here and do what we call the match day live for Arsenal. Or else I'll come in close to 25 minutes to the release of the team. Then we discuss what we have to discuss. Then I go to United Matters channel and then do the match day live of United versus West Ham at Old Trafford. So thank you for watching through. Your reactions to Arteta lining up 4 new signings are welcome in the comment section below. What are those 4 signings that you think Mikel Arteta is really aiming at to bring in at Arsenal? Then, which players do you think were at Arsenal that underestimated the potential of Saliba by referring to him as a League One player, not either a Championship player or Premier League player? And they're out now and Saliba is enjoying. Then Odegaard's talk about Everton. Do you take it valid or encouraging? May the Lord bless you abundantly. I sign out for now. See you later. Rokani David remains my name. Smash the like button to 200 times, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. We out.